Hello all, so it's Friday, the very last Friday of the month. Did you all have a good July? If you missed our review of Dunkirk on Monday, here it is again.
The enemy tanks have stopped.
Why?
Why waste precious tanks when they can pick us off from the air like fish in a barrel?
There are 400,000 men on this beach.
Alright, so just to recap then, okay, this film is based on something that happened, what was it, 60, maybe 60, 70 years ago, 1940? There were these like Allied troops, they were being evacuated from Dunkirk in France, but these troops were like, they were surrounded by German troops, which is going to make that evacuation a little bit difficult. So as you've seen from the trailer, there's like a lot of scenes on the beach, kind of like Saving Private Ryan, like the opening of Saving Private Ryan. But in this movie, there's more time spent on the beach. It's kind of like the story's been split into three different segments. There's you got the land bit, which is on the beach. You've got the sea bit, which is in the sea, and you've got the bits in the air as well on the planes. So there's three different stories being told all at different times as well, at different time periods. And these three little stories, they're all intertwined, and eventually they all come together and conclude at the end, which personally I thought was really good, because it kind of keeps you guessing like what's going on, which period you're in the whole time. It's just like the time difference is only literally like a week or like a day or an hour or whatever, but that time difference does, it keeps you thinking. And because it always feels like you're thinking, it feels like the film doesn't let up either. It felt relentless. You know, there's these scenes where like there's so much going on, maybe it just stops for like about, I don't know, 30 seconds or a minute, and suddenly bam, 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 it's all back on again. It's just like, it's just proper like intense. Another reason why I thought this was, well, there was just hardly any dialogue in it at all. It just wasn't dialogue heavy at all. There was only a few really like heavy dialogue scenes. And there's not many at all. Most of it is just action. If there is dialogue, you're looking at like one sentence. And I think that is also how they made it feel like it wasn't letting up, because the sound design and the music, it was just constant. There was a constant sort of like a tone in the music, a very suspenseful sort of sound, very intense sort of sound. The sound design was just, it made you feel like you're on edge the whole time. So when it does get to the end, you're finally like, whew, need a breather. As it's a true story, I think, and what it's really done is it's made you really feel like, I mean, these poor people, what they must have been up against. It's like, it does make you really feel, it must have been horrific just being in that situation. It's just awful. And this is a reason why I don't really like watching war movies. I'm not really a big fan of them. I'm quite a pacifist, and it's like, I don't like violence, I don't like war, and I'm not really a fan of war movies. But I think when you watch something like this, I think this is what a lot of people want to feel. It's like what these poor people went through. This is a true story at the end of the day, you know? I'd also like to say that it's actually a really good length. It's only 106 minutes, and it's under 2 hours, which is perfect. I think any longer, it might have been too long, definitely. So as we all know, it was all shot on IMAX, and I went to see it in the massive IMAX screen in the Odeon Cinema in Liverpool. I still love seeing that screen. It's just so massive. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think because it was shot on IMAX, it just like, you just see the scale of some of the scenes as well. I mean, a lot of it, I don't think a lot of it was CGI. I think a lot of it was actually like real life things. I think like, especially all the extras on, you know, when they were waiting for their boats to come in, and yeah, just you see the scale, how many people. It was a big, you can see it's a big production. I think the IMAX just, it captured that perfectly. Another thing that I think helped, I'm not sure about this, again, this is a guess, but the kind of colour grading on it as well. They sort of like, I think with the colour grade, they've made it look like it was, like, you know when you get those old films of black and white films like from years ago, and they go through this process of making it colour, it looks like it's been made to have that kind of look. So it's got this really like, really old look to it in the colour as well. So I'm actually going to admit, I'm not a war movie fan, and I'm not going to sit here and say don't go and see it, because it is still a good movie. It's really well made. I didn't come out of there going, hey, Christopher Nolan's the best. Yes, he makes the best movies ever. Yes, Christopher Nolan, he made the best Batman. No, he did not make the best Batman. I stand by Tim Burton made the best Batman, and Ben Affleck was the best Batman. Christian Bale, he's alright. He's not Ben Affleck or Michael Keaton. So yeah, I didn't come out the cinema worshipping Chris Nolan. If you like your war movies, you are going to love it, obviously. If you like your action movies, you're going to love it, obviously. If you like your good-looking men, you've got a Harry Styles in there, you've got a Tom Hardy in there. And I saw this article online yesterday, and I saw this like interview with Harry Styles, where he said he didn't know what he was doing in Dunkirk. I don't think if you know what he's doing, he's in one direction. Well, Harry, but bless him, I thought he was all right. I thought he was quite good in it, but maybe that's because there wasn't any heavy dialogue scenes, so he didn't have much dialogue. So I thought his performance was really good, but I thought everyone's performance in the film was really good as well. So yeah, if you like your war movies, you like your action movies, you like your true story movie, you like your Harry Styles, you like your Tom Hardys, you love your Christopher Nolan films, and if you love IMAX, this has all those elements I'm sure you will enjoy.
You can practically see it from here.
What?
Home.
And if you missed any of our reviews, you can find every single one of them on our website. The address is on the screen now, and you can also find the link in the description below. I really hope that you all have a lovely final weekend of July. And do remember, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Have an excellent bike ride. See ya.